So, welcome everybody. I am Jennifer Seidelman. I am the productivity coach at KW Sunset Corridor in Portland. And I know we do have some guests on here as well as some of our agents. So, welcome to the guests. And you're in for a treat today because you've got a great instructor. So, this is Capture Leads with Social Media. So, if that is not what you think you're here for, you can just quietly slip off of Zoom and we won't notice. Otherwise, let me introduce you to Brittany, and I'm going to read because she got a lot of info on here. All right. If you have not met Brittany, she is the Market Center Tech Trainer in our Southern Oregon office. She has a love for technology and social media. Makes sense. She's teaching this class. She comes from my favorite place in the world, Hawaii. And she worships the sun and brings a wealth of experience, having managed a high-end salon with over 50 employees for 18 years. Her journey led her to the construction industry, where she contributed to building multi-million-dollar custom homes for a year and a half, followed by a stint in recruiting. What sets Brittany apart is her remarkable adaptability and unwavering commitment to continual growth. I can vouch for that from the time I've gotten to know her. Her diverse background not only showcases her versatility, but also underscores her proactive approach to embracing new challenges. Whether managing a bustling salon, navigating the intricacies of construction, or excelling in the world of recruiting, Brittany thrives on evolving with the ever-changing landscape of her personal journey. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Brittany and let her wow you with all of her knowledge of social media. Enjoy.
Hi guys, can everybody hear me? All right. Okay, we are going to get started. Okay. Just a moment here. Can everybody see my screen? Perfect. All right, so I'm really excited to be here. This is my first class that I'm ever teaching, so give me a little grace, but I'm really excited to do this. So feel free to unmute and turn your cameras on. And this is meant to be interactive. So I will be asking questions, and I do have an expectation that you guys will be involved. You know, this is a safe space. This is not a place where there's judgment. This is a place where you can talk about concerns, fears. Social media can be brutal. So this is a collaboration. So the content that I have is amazing, but the conversation that we're going to have is what's going to make the class even better. So I encourage you guys to be interactive with me. All right, you guys ready? Okay. All right, so today we are covering how to capture leads using social media. We will review your 10-5-1 engagement plan. We will go over the 80-20 principle and look at some other strategies to employ on social media. But before we begin, let's hear about some progress that you guys have made with your success system. Does anybody want to share?
I do neighborhood prospecting, my neighborhood, and introduce myself. And I got a buyer that's in the 350 price point from knocking on doors in the neighborhood and giving out basically just seasonal little gifts.
Yep, get it, girl. Sometimes just being face to face with somebody makes a difference. So door knocking, as annoying as it is, it's actually really, really beneficial for sure. That's awesome.
Especially when you're bringing them something. Who doesn't want to
Yes.
answer the door and say, "Hey, I've got a little Christmas goodie bag that's got some hot chocolate in it." Or if you're lactose intolerant, there's apple cider.
It says a lot about your business. It shows them that you're going to go above and beyond for them in the business side of it as well. So that's really cool. Awesome. Anybody else?
As far as social media goes, I founded a group that's really, really large. It's called Moving to Eugene, Oregon.
Ooh.
And I run it with a lender, and we do allow other real estate agents in. So I'm not biased in that manner. And there's been a couple times that someone's been looking for a realtor, and our KW agent Matt Kendall has jumped in before me, and that's fine. And it's been a great way for me to connect with people. It is a lot of work. When I woke up this morning, I had like 18 participants I needed to let into the group and vet and research. So every day before and after I get to the office and leave the office, it is a little bit of work, but that is pretty much the extent of my social media other than my own page.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
So one of the things that I just started was I've been putting pictures of different houses or different decorations and asking people their opinions. So I'm starting to get a little bit of interaction there.
Nice. That's huge. I've actually noticed most of my posts in the past, I've been very active on social media for a long time, but the ones that you ask a question or you do something to engage them in, that's where you're going to get the most responses. So good job. Awesome. Okay. Anybody face any challenges they want to talk about?
You know mine. I left it in your hands yesterday.
Yes, we did. We're working on that. Anybody else? We'll keep it positive. Okay, sounds good. Okay, was everybody able to meet with their accountability partner? Adriana, I'm looking at you. Just kidding. No? Okay. All right, so we will move on. Okay, so by the end of the session, you guys are going to be able to employ the 1051 engagement system to connect with your network. You're going to be able to explain the importance of limiting your social media post to 20% of your business content. So only 20% of your posts are going to be business related. Shocking? Is that weird? A little bit, huh? So you'll be able to explain and understand the reasoning behind that. And you'll also be able to identify social media engagement strategies that are going to add value to the people in your network. We're trying to get you engaged with your people, your community. So we're going to give you some tips on how to do that. So starting to think about what we're learning today, what kind of questions do you guys have that you want answered or want more understanding on by the end of this class? Anybody have any questions that they want clarity or information on? I'm gonna write
Actually,
down.
I have, yes. Well, I have a problem, actually problems with the Instagram and Facebook. I don't get the details inside. I don't get how people do these stream videos, these templates and many things. I'm old fashioned. I'm still don't get the technology with nowadays. So I have a problem with that. Yeah.
Sure. So what types of things are you wanting to do on social media that you don't know how? Reels, I heard you mention.
For example, if I'm posting something on Facebook, I want it to be shared in the same time with Instagram.
Okay, so you need to connect your accounts. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. But versus I can do it from Instagram to Facebook. But from Facebook to Instagram, I don't know. It doesn't work.
Okay. That's actually probably a pretty easy fix. So I'm going to put my email in the chat. And if you don't mind, would you send me an email and I will work with you on the side and send you a couple of videos or walkthroughs of how to maybe disconnect that account and then reconnect it. I have a feeling that will solve it.
Sure. Hey, Brett, do you have preference to doing, say, LinkedIn versus Facebook versus Instagram versus TikTok versus what is the other one that I have? Twitter.
I feel like they all have different purposes. So yes and no. Facebook, Instagram are very similar in the fact that you're engaging with the public. I feel like LinkedIn would be great, but more for networking with other agents and other affiliates. So in that aspect, it's really good. But if your goal is to reach more leads and more clients, I would say stick with more Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, what else? Twitter. Twitter's a good one too. Good question. Very good question. Okay, do we have any other questions that we want answered by the end of this class? Oh, you guys are an easy
Should
group.
I build, and one more quick question, should
Okay.
I build my LinkedIn, a separate LinkedIn for my real estate?
Separate from your real estate one?
No, should I have one currently for our other company. Should I build one for the real estate that's separate?
Yeah,
Okay,
I would.
thanks.
You always, anytime you can get your presence and your name and your picture out there, yes. Okay, well, let's keep going. All right, it takes time to learn something, more time to implement it, and even longer to approach mastery of it. Gary Keller. What are some questions or any thoughts that you guys have? Learning, implementing, mastery, any feelings on this quote? I have feelings. I'll share. I always have feelings.
I have feelings.
Okay.
I think it's really important to recognize that some people are visual learners. And for me, I'm a PB, so I have an extremely analytical mind, and I need to write it down.
Yeah.
Like when you and I are on the phone, Britt, and you're giving me support, I'm scribbling notes.
Yep.
I have to have things in like a step by step. So I think it's great that Gary has recognized that it does take time.
Yeah, definitely. So keeping that in mind, when you're starting out on social media, it's not going to be pretty at first. It's going to take some time to implement the tools that we're going to teach you and to become, I don't want to say a master, but you know, be a good presence on social media. So basically, here's my thought on this. My thought is give yourself grace in the beginning, especially when you're doing videos and whatnot. Social media can be cruel sometimes, but here's the thing. You're going to be surrounded by a community of people, and they're going to be your people because they are going to be watching you and your journey and what you're about. And that's what we're going to teach you today is how to show your presence on social media and gain a following. And once you have those people, that's your tribe, that's your community, that's who you're marketing to. So give yourself grace in the beginning, and you're going to get there. Okay, so we are going to go over the 10-5-1. So it's important to know that even with social media, if conducting lead generation at all, agents must reference their Market Center DBA name, not Keller Williams generically in all social and written media. This reinforces that you are independent contractors affiliated with your Keller Williams Market Center. So please always use your Market Center DBA name when identifying yourself. And we also have a class coming up, Tammy Sue, that's on advertising rules and regulations. That might be a good one for people to join. Definitely keep an eye out for the calendar. Look for that. TCPA is another thing I need to mention. Please, please, please follow all TCPA guidelines and rules. We do not want you guys in hot water. Okay, we're going to dive deep and explore tools for success within this 10-5-1 system. So you guys have been liking, commenting, direct messaging people on your social media profiles. You've been executing the 10-5-1 system already. Can someone tell me what the 10-5-1 stands for?
10 likes, 5 comments, 1 direct message.
Oh, good. I think that was from Bold.
I've never actually taken Bold.
Oh, I think that was from Bold. I'm kind of having a flashback.
Yep, probably was. So 10 comments, 5 likes, 1 direct message or a share or an original post. So let's see here. Have you guys noticed any changes in engagement activity on your posts? I know that you guys mentioned one thing about, Mary, you mentioned about asking a question at the end. Anything else that you guys have noticed recently with your posts? Good or bad?
Well, I noticed something
Sure.
that I received a lot of friends' invitations. A lot.
Good. That's amazing. That's the
That's
goal.
great.
At 1 second, I said, "Who are they?" And how they know me? From where? How did they get me? But
Are you
with the
posting?
time, yeah.
Are you
I
posting
started
publicly?
publicly in my business account.
Okay. So they're
Yes.
seeing your business account most likely,
Uh-huh.
and they're
Mhm.
looking you up and requesting you for friendship.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
And
the goal.
new thing.
That's a win. That's huge. Okay. Anybody else notice anything different?
I think I'm getting, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay, Mary. When I do something about like my pets,
Mhm.
I get a big response compared to if I'm like, look at this beautiful house I'm showing today.
Interesting you say
So
that.
I try to
Interesting.
mix it up.
Okay. 10-5-1. So what that, or excuse me, 80-20 is what I meant. Sorry, 80-20 principle is what I'm thinking of. So 80% of your posts should be about your passion, your interests, what you are living for. And then the 20% should be about your business. So it's very interesting that you say the ones about the pets get more interaction. But here's the thing, you're still getting your face out there. You're still getting your name out there, and they know what you do for a living. So they're still planting the seed, even though you're posting something personal. Make sense? Okay. Okay, so we're going to refer to your guide and the connect on social media. So there's an activity. We're going to list all the social media sites that you guys are on. We could actually put down any ones that you want to be connected with too. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to do that. All right. Anybody need more time? Are we good? Okay, so every day we should be liking or loving, or any reaction really, to 10 posts by other people. This is quick and easy and something that you're probably already doing, but now it's time to approach it with more of a business mindset. So social media is free. You don't have to pay for it. And it gets your face and your name and your passion out there. So being active on there is extremely important. But how do you think that interacting with others on social media can help build your business? Anybody give me examples?
I feel like showing your kindness,
Yep.
how you care.
Mm-hmm. Very true. When you're thinking about selling a house, so let's say you're going to sell your house, it's one of the biggest things you're going to do, and you're going to sell it and you're going to buy something else. If you're thinking about the realtors that you know, you're going to think about who's the one that's always gone above and beyond for me and my friendship with them and my relationship with them. They're going to choose that person. So it's important to express that on social media.
I think it's good to also highlight like our values,
Mhm.
but I'm not quite sure how to put that into a post. Like honesty is really important to me.
Mhm.
Integrity is my one thing. So I
Can I give
end
a
up
suggestion?
I end up plagiarizing from other agents.
Yeah, it happens. I do it too. This is recorded. Sorry, guys. That's awesome. I have a suggestion. When it comes to portraying, yeah, like feelings and values, it's hard to do that in a picture. So what about a quote, an inspirational quote?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah, thank you.
And actually, you could utilize that and cross post it between your business and your personal. It's good for both. And you can also, if you find a quote that you like, you can go into Canva, you can go into command, into designs. You can put that quote on a little graphic. You can have the same background for each quote and you can make it like your thing. That's the thing you post once a week is the quote that spoke to you. That's a thought. How do you think that'll help build your business?
I feel like if it's an inspirational quote, when I see something like that, it inspires me, obviously, but it also makes me feel connected to the person that posted it.
Mm-hmm. You're
That's how I
relatable.
see it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
So, Britt, one of the things that I do for our other company is I will go in and do that quote thing. But I also put my website down at the bottom of that quote.
Yep.
So I brand it with our website.
Yep. I agree with that. Anytime you do that, put your Instagram handle, the @ and then your name. Facebook is a little hard to tag yourself in that way because it's just your name as your profile, but you can use your Instagram handle and that's connected to your Facebook too. So it's a good way to put what do they call that? A watermark, I believe,
Yeah.
on the photo. Yeah. It's a good way to get your name on there. That way, if somebody does steal it, like we all do, it has your name on it when they repost it. So it's more advertising.
So what other beneficial when we are doing likes other than caring and giving support, what other things that might help?
I actually got a coffee date with somebody that I posted a like and a comment about and said, we should catch up. Let's grab coffee. And she came back and set an appointment with me.
Oh, so it's a chance to meet someone else. Yeah.
It's opening the door for communication. And by showcasing yourself and your values and your interests and what you're passionate about, the people that are into those same things are going to be drawn to you, which makes the best possible clients for you because you have the same views. So by posting stuff like that and then commenting, it's like Mary said, it's opening the door for a conversation. And when you comment, you should always comment and connect it to you. Like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of this. Or I went through that too. That happened to me. Here's what helped me. Like you want to tie it back into connecting yourself with that person. And then it sticks. They're going to remember you.
And these 10 comments or likes, whatever, if for each individual or for the same person might help?
Oh, different people. So I would do, 10 likes or love, different people, different posts for sure. If you want to spread it out. And actually, I would intentionally focus more on people in your database, more so than your friends. I wouldn't really count any interaction with your friends.
They won't help, I know.
Yeah, they already know what you're doing. But you want to interact with 10 additional people, 10 additional likes that you maybe wouldn't normally do on a normal day. You're putting in that extra effort.
I see.
Okay, so we're on the 10 likes, 10 loves. We're going to go into comments next and we'll dig into more about that too. Anybody else have any thoughts, feelings? We're gonna move on.
You may have already answered this. It's kind of tangent, but like,
Okay.
would you prefer a different business to personal, or is it better to have one big account, like both personal and
Yeah,
real estate related? I mean, I know it's kind of a mixed feelings but I just wanted to see like weighing pros and
yeah.
cons of that. Like
I
how do
think
you
it's
feel about that?
well, if it's me, I would do a business page and a personal, just because it allows you down the road. Like, let's say you are sharing a client review. You can post that on your business page and you can post on your personal, but you can also cross share. So it helps to tie in your business with your personal. I feel like it's just an extra way of advertising too. So I would personally prefer separate, but I know that a lot of people do just one big profile that is their business profile, basically. But you actually get more features with Facebook when you separate them. So if you're using it for its intended purposes, you actually have more features and more accessibility, more analytics. They'll watch, who's looking at your post, who's commenting. So I would utilize the business side of it for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so beyond our likes, we also need to comment on 5 posts a day. So it's not meant to take up a lot of time. It's meant to be quick, it's meant to be simple, but we want to be intentional with it still. So congratulations, comments, admiration. Oh my gosh, that puppy is so cute. Let's see, what other things? You just scroll your feed and anything that jumps out at you and speaks to you, you want to comment on it and you want to be intentional about it and you want to tie yourself into that somehow. Okay, so what's a comment that you guys have received on social media recently that made you feel special or seen or heard? Anybody want to share?
Well, this New Year, well, my birthday is New Year, so
Oh,
um that's one thing. A lot of people, I think, just kind of remembers it, and then I hear from people that I haven't heard for a long time. So it was sort of a great way to kind of connect with, past relationships and things like that. So that was really nice.
that's amazing. And you know what's actually really cool about that is, let's say, so Facebook, if you don't look at people's profiles a lot, eventually like their stuff doesn't show up in your feed. It's the algorithms basically. So, but what happens on your birthday is that it's advertised it's your birthday. So everybody on your friends list gets a notification it's your birthday and boom, seeds planted. Your name and your face is there. So birthdays are really cool. Definitely if your database, your people in your social media have birthdays, always, always, always put a comment and make it special, make it intentional. Use emojis, use a GIF, make it, don't just put happy birthday. Mm-mm. Boring. You got to make it special. We're creating a small experience for people on social media. That's the goal. So it's not real, it's fake, it's a fake world, but we're creating an experience, a feeling for these people.
My most recent like Facebook thing that made me feel special was I did a open house this past weekend. And the house is just gorgeous. And of course I'm advertising. And one of my Facebook friends actually looked up, looking at the whole all the photos and everything, and actually went on there and listed a couple things that she really liked about the house, which brought other people to like it in front of them for them to be like, oh, well, maybe I should look at that. You know what I mean? And it wasn't anything that they were truly interested in buying,
Mhm.
but it made me feel good. I felt supported.
Yep. You know what's interesting about that is that once you start connecting with your Keller Williams family on social media, all of those posts are going to be in their feeds too. And they're going to see that and they're going to be commenting and putting stuff like that, supporting you. Oh my gosh, that house is listed for what price? Are you serious? I have to go in and see it. Like they're going to be causing FOMO about your stuff as well. So Connect with your family, connect with your people. It's very important.
And let's be real, the family's awesome. You guys are so fun. Your feeds are always so good.
Thank you. We love you. Okay. All right, I think we covered all that. All right, now we're down to one share, direct message, or original post. So every day you should be creating one of these. You could share somebody else's post, which if you don't have a lot of time, that's the easiest way to go about it. I should be watching the comments too. Sorry, guys.
They're good. I'll tell you if somebody asks a question.
Okay, thank you. I just saw that pop up. Oh, okay, so we can do an original post from us. We can share somebody else's post, which doesn't take any time at all. But there's one thing when you're sharing something, you always, always, always have to put something else with it. I am the worst at that. I share things all the time and don't say anything about it. But if you really want interaction with it, you want to give your opinion. You want to give your, maybe not even an opinion, just say, oh my gosh, this is super interesting, and just put it out there. But you want to ask something or state something to get engagement from people. So sharing is quick and easy, but make sure to add a little something in there from you.
So Britt, that's I find my biggest strength in getting comments is I belong to a bunch of different groups in Facebook, like my old house, because I love old houses, or so anyway, I'll share a picture and I'll say, what do you guys think of this? Or isn't this a perfect house? Or wouldn't you love to live like this, or whatever? And people will jump on it.
Yep. People are bored. People are literally scrolling all day long. They're bored. They're looking for something to interact with. Yep. Okay. So when you share a post, it could be things like a community activity. It could be a fundraiser. It could be a quote like we talked about. Oh my gosh, this quote totally resonated with me. What do you guys think? But end it with an open question, an open statement, basically. You want to get engagement from people.
Lost pets are another good one.
What pets? Sorry?
Lost pets are another good one.
You know how many pets just in the last year that I have found the owner on Facebook just by doing a tiny bit of research? It took me 10 minutes.
Yes.
And connected those people.
Yes. Love.
Right? Isn't that cool? And it doesn't take any time out of my day, really. It's 10 minutes and I help somebody. That's pretty cool. That if I was doing real estate, they would remember me and they would say, if I sell my house, I'm going to go back to her. She was a stranger on Facebook and she saw my dog and connected it to a post that she saw of a lost dog, and she connected those two people together to get the dog home. Pretty cool. So community groups, that's another thing. Yeah, Tammy?
I have a question to you.
Oh, yes.
Let's suppose, just I'm giving you an example, and I want your opinion about that. If we see two accounts for two business, let's say both are business account, and both are active and daily they posting videos and pictures, but one of them is having more followers, more comments in his account. What do you think? Why is that? I mean, people prefer to be engaged with that person other than the other one, although they are both posting daily.
Are they posting the same things, or are they posting
Let's
different
say
things?
agent. Yeah, let's suppose that they are both real estate. Yeah. But one of them are more, let's say, lovable, more preferable. Why is that, in your opinion?
Something tells me they're posting slightly different things, and that's why they're getting different engagement from people. So I actually, is this somebody that you've actually seen do this?
No, I'm creating that in my mind to see if I will get stuck, if I don't have people enough. So maybe something wrong is going on with my social media.
Okay. How often are you?
I'm thinking about avoiding things I don't want to happen.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it. Help
That's
me.
okay.
Help
That's
me.
okay. You're totally fine. So what I'm hearing is you need more followers, more engagement from people.
Mhm.
Are you wondering if you did two different business pages, are you trying to get information from that? Is that what you're thinking? Like if you,
Well, I see through social media from different agents,
yeah,
tens of agents. Most of them, they are daily posting, but some of them are, I don't know, inside of me, I like this one more than the other. I like his way more than
yep.
the other way. So that's tricky one also. It's not about posting, it's about how the smart way you are.
Yes, yeah. You want to showcase that you know what you're doing, that you know your business. You want
Mhm.
to, the 20% of posts that you're doing of business, you want to make sure that that's impactful, that it
Mhm.
looks like you know what you're doing. You want to make sure you have the right logos on there that, you know, that don't have the white block in the background. You want the transparent one. You want to make sure that it's put together. And if you
Oh,
guys need help with that, let me know. Okay.
yeah, I will. Thank
Yeah,
Well,
you.
and then can I make a suggestion? I
sure.
think taking a poll is a fun way to get people to interact. Like,
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
I get interaction on pretty much all of my posts, so far as let's say my business page. But when I say take a poll, I make it fun. My
Yeah.
recent poll that I did is, do you like bold colors? Only one or multiples? And then I shared it on my personal page and was like, I love bolds, multiples are the way to go, or whatever it was. And I get people interacting because they want to share how they feel and interact, but it's also
Mhm.
fun. It's not,
Yep.
oh, did you do your taxes already? Well, nobody wants to think about that. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yep.
I
So,
So
see.
that's a very good way of subtly planting something about a house, a home, but you're not specifying, I'm a real estate agent,
Yeah.
but you're planting seeds about thought-provoking things. What do you like about this picture? Do you like these cabinets? Do you like this coloring? Do you, it's provoking thoughts in these people's minds and they're connecting that with you. So that's the whole point of social media. Okay. I need to see where I'm at here, guys. Sorry. Okay, we covered all this. Yep. Okay, awesome. 80-20. Be authentic. Make sure that your business post is impactful. So take your time on those for sure.
so Brittany, real quick, can I ask on the direct messaging?
Mm-hmm.
Can we, I mean, I use, Facebook Messenger all the time, but more for my friends where I send them videos and be like,
Mm-hmm.
that's so you or whatever, right? So that doesn't really count.
Can't post this, but I'm going to send it in Messenger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can I ask, like, if I'm going to be trying to do direct messaging for the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would I do that? Like, if somebody shares, let's say, my business page, something, are you saying maybe a good way to get that in is directly message them saying thank you for sharing? Is that a good?
1000%. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, anytime somebody, was it you that was telling me about the person that jumped on your open house post and was fluffing it up and making it sound good?
Yes.
Anytime somebody does that, I would always reach out to them privately and say, thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. For sure. Just connecting with somebody privately and not publicly shows them a little extra intention, a little extra effort. So a direct message is personal. You would think about it like a written note almost on social media. Like it's a more personal thing versus just Mary's laughing at me. More than just putting it on the public side, on the out-facing side. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
To just jump off of that, something that I've been doing recently, so like say if I see like an old friend I haven't talked to in a while, they post like they just got married, they just had a baby, I will like message them and just say like, hey, congrats, and then like catch up, and tell them like this is what I'm doing now, and kind of have that back and forth and just build that relationship back up. A good way to message people.
That's a great idea. Take those opportunities when you're scrolling and you see something, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that person, or I haven't seen them in my feed in a couple of months. Let's check in with them. Send them a direct message. It's a personal message. It feels good on social media. Okay, any ahas? That was a good aha you had just now. Any other ones that we have so far?
Hey, food is another good one to post.
Oh, yes, and coffee.
Yeah, and coffee.
Mm-hmm. You guys could jump on the sourdough train too.
I think an aha, an aha for me in this section was just, I think I'm doing more on my real estate page of the business. Here's a tip. I do take a poll, but it is again, not meaningless because there is a meaning behind it, engagement and stuff, but I think I'm doing too much of the business aspect of it. I have done a few things like one that says what makes a real estate agent happy. Coffee's like 80%, helping my buyer find a home 100%, helping my seller. And I want to try and do more fun stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I would try. So how often do you think you're posting for your business?
Well, I do it through Command, and I set a week up at a time. I go in and Command, if you guys aren't using it, I'm like pretty much obsessed with Command. It's beautiful.
Scheduling everything makes it so easy.
I still have a lot to learn, but that is one of my favorite things. And you can dual post. If you link everything up, I just go in saying I want it on Facebook and Instagram, and I dual post it, and it's done. And so that's how I do it. I try to throw some fun stuff in there, but I'm kind of lame. So
Okay. That's awesome. That's good. So what I would do is maybe do a little test. Try to post less for a couple weeks and see if you get more engagement. Post a little bit less, change the content just a little bit, do a little tweak, and then kind of measure things for a couple weeks and see what happens.
So it does say in Command that like Monday, Wednesday, Friday at like 10 a.m. is like the best.
Yeah.
So you're saying maybe try that is kind of, and then it's more like when I pop up, I'm not quite as much of a nuisance kind of thing.
I would try just to see, just a test, because you can always go back to what you were doing before, but it's trial and error. All of it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Any other ahas? Okay, and move on. Okay, so we have covered 10-5-1 engagement system. Now we're going to go on to posting practice. Okay, so we're going to refer to your guide, and we're going to talk more about the 80-20 practice regarding social media posts. So 80% of it should be about anything but real estate. So they know you're a real estate agent. We don't need to throw that out there every day. So they want to see who you are. They want to see what you're interested in. So 1 out of every 5 posts should be the business post. And then everything else should be your pets, your food that you love, it could be funny things. It could be like, I hit a curb. Where'd that curb come from? It jumped out of nowhere. I posted that recently. It can be funny things, but you're trying to engage people, and you want to show who you are, and you want to show that you're human. So that's what we want to do. Let's see here. Tell me Have you guys ever seen a business post that turned you off? Can you give me an example?
Actually, don't like the ones that are just really direct. Hey, I'm looking, if you need a new home, call me type thing. I mean, it's just so like, wow, okay.
No effort in there.
No effort at all and no value at all. And I kind of feel like you're getting desperate.
Yep. So framework needs to be in there. So let's think about this. You're advertising yourself. You want to say who you are. You want to say what you do, but you also want to say why. Why me? Why would you choose me? And then you want to finish it off with, let's have coffee. Let's meet. You want to leave that open and almost like set a tentative plan with them. That's what you should be posting in one statement. So who you are, why me, and what we're going to do about it. Make sense? All right. So digging deeper in the 80-20 practice, instead of inundating your social media platforms with listings and business content, adopt this principle. Make 80% of your posts about your interests. You could post about what you're reading. You could post about the trips that you're planning on taking. You could post like me, Mongolian barbecue every Friday with my daughter, because that's what we do on Fridays. But post your favorite foods. Post what you're doing. Post your journey. Post, I just met with this person and had an amazing coffee date. Like, just talk about your journey. Talk about your day.
I'm going to Mongolian tonight.
I'm jealous.
I'll send pictures.
I love it. Let's see. Oh, hiking, outdoors. Oh my gosh, that's another one. Gardening, stars, astrology. It's you. You wanna adopt who you are. You want to own it. You want to showcase all of your quirks. Who cares? They want to know that you're different. What sets you apart from people? So it's fine to sprinkle the business posts in there, but you want to showcase more about you. Why you? Okay, so we're going to go to your participant guide. We are going to make a list of 5 things that you guys are passionate about. Things that, let's see, they say to think back to the 3rd day of the course when you guys brainstormed social media brand or niche. Think back to then. So just write down things that fill you with joy. What makes you go? What makes your heart beat? I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to do that. Okay. Anybody want to share something on their list?
Okay, I got tons of them.
Yay. What you got?
So, like Tammy Sue, anytime I post about my pets, because I always call them my lab assistants because they're Labradors. Um,
That's cute.
Hiking, gardening, biking, grandkids, sports in general. I talked with you about what I'm going to do is post more about moving my mom and dad into a retirement home because I know there's a lot of people that are also in that same boat.
Yep.
And, just some of the challenges that happen and some questions around what are you doing? How are you handling it? And what are some of the challenges you have?
It's a very relatable topic, and it's a hard topic. It's not an easy time in anybody's life when they're going through that. That's a great way to show support to your clients. I love that.
Somebody put in the chat books, working out, and staring at their beautiful dogs for hours.
I love that. I
Me
could do
too.
that too. My dog is almost 15 now. Yeah. We've had her since she was 6 months old. So I am a animal person too. Anybody else want to share some of their passions?
I love riding off-road,
Yes.
whether it's three-wheelers, quads, bikes, sand rail, my truck. I'm obsessed with my mini pig.
You have a mini pig?
I do. She's about 160 pounds. She's indoor potty trained. She just had her nails did yesterday, and
That's a mini pig?
Oh, they can be up to 300 pounds. Anything under 300 pounds is considered a mini pig. But I'm used to my 1,200 to 1,500 pound horses, so she is little to me. So
True. Very true. I love that.
Yeah, so my kids and their achievements. So
Yes.
my son just got on his first job ever with Weyerhaeuser. Super proud of him. My daughter's plays every sport out there.
Awesome.
And then if I get date nights with my husband, I like to share those because those don't happen often.
Yep. Life is a journey. People want to follow you. They want to know what you're doing. We're nosy. Let people in just a little bit. Okay. So 20% of your posts can be self-promotion or posts about your business. You could be sharing your next thing that you're speaking at. You could share a recognition or an award that you got. Hosting listings, hosting open houses, that sort of thing. So so business posting, what you want to do is kind of make it so that you can post it on your personal and your business page. So you kind of want to make sure that things mesh. So first of all, keep things clean. Don't post anything, racy. You want to make sure that everything is kosher, PC. But you want to basically intertwine it. So your business post, you can share to your personal, but you want to connect everything. You want everything to mesh and blend. What other ideas about business posts that we have? What do you think would increase engagement on social media via a business post? We gave some suggestions above earlier.
I love the ones that show the closings. When somebody just got into their brand new house or, the passing the keys, like, yay, got this young couple or whatever, videos are really awesome that way too.
Love that. And that's the success story. That's like, ching, we made it, we closed, transaction done. Here's the proof. We got the key. I love that.
Even if you can get them to post a referral or a testimonial, from the client itself. That's why a video sometimes really works they help me work through all of this. It's been a long journey, that sort of thing.
Videos are great to tell a story for sure. And you can do that just with pictures. You don't have to have video content. You can create a video with still pictures and words or a voice. Lots of different options. I had a thought. I was going to say it and I lost it. Mary, what were you just talking about?
The closings and the success of finding somebody a house or selling their house.
I don't remember what it was, but that's okay. Testimonials, those are huge, you guys. People are nosy. People go to their friends, they go to their coworkers, they ask questions. Who do I go to for this? Who do you see for your hair? Who do you see for your nails? People want recommendations. They want to know opinions of other people. So posting testimonials are huge, huge. But you also don't want to go like down the bragging path. You want to make sure it's, subtle, showcase a little bit about you, but then bring it back down too. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so let's move on. All right, so now we are at the 10%, the little extra that we're going to do. So to go over the top and give 110% and be the real estate expert of choice, consider making an extra 10% of your post to be a public service or like a crossover post, Facebook groups, that type of thing. So sometimes we specialize or we have knowledge on specific things that others don't. So you want to highlight that. You want to utilize your talents, what you're good at. So be active in your community. And if something's going on, like the fire here in Oregon, or gosh, what else? The ice storm that we just had, stuff like that. When things like that happen, people are out of electricity. They are out of their homes. They have nowhere to go. People are sharing resources. So if you're on there doing the same thing, that might be a realtor that I would use that is involved in their community and takes the time to help other people. What do you guys think?
I think that's where my lost pets come in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. People in need, people asking for donations. What else? School closures, just informing the community about anything that happens. Just getting the word out there. Just be a voice. Be an advocate for yourself, for your community. Just, yeah, be vulnerable just a little bit. It's okay.
Well, I'm still have a problem and scared about the scam or the
Scams.
message that I don't know
Yeah.
whether it's real or not. And should I answer? Should I not?
Mm-hmm.
That
I
scared
would,
me a lot.
yeah. And I would always be cautious in that sense too. You want to look at the profile. You want to do a little bit of research on that person. I would take
Well,
it
sometimes they don't have account, only messenger, only message. So,
yeah. How do you guys feel about this? We have access to Forewarn, which is you put in the phone number of the person, and then it gives you the background of them. It gives you information if they have a criminal history, that kind of thing. So what do you guys think about trying to get their phone number like as quick as possible? Does that sound like something that's doable? Like that would work for real estate agents?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I would do. I would do the best you can to keep that conversation open with them. And I would encourage a phone call. Just let them know that you have so much to talk to them about, so many things to tell them, and it's so much easier to do that on the phone. And I want to hear your voice. I want to connect with you. So
Be
let's
sure that
exchange.
he's
Yeah.
right. What if, okay, I speak with him through the phone and he's real. What next? What should I do next to be more sure that he's not trying to play with me?
I would definitely get Forewarn. for you. That is something that's going to give you a little bit of peace of mind about the background of that person and who they are. Tammy Sue, what other information does it give you?
Well, I got through WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay.
Yeah, he tried to
That's a
having some.
common thing. Okay, so you're going to get messages on social media in the direct messages, people wanting to connect with you on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is a
yes.
common thing.
Uh-huh.
Tammy Sue,
So,
do you know any best practices when it comes to this for
well, it happened that I asked for a video call, and
That's
and then he
great.
said that he's busy and he will call me later on. But my gut tell me that no, I'm not
trust,
feeling well about that.
trust your gut?
Yeah,
Always trust your
Yeah,
gut.
that's what I think. Trust your gut. I would go look at their social media page and see how long they've had their page.
Yes.
That is for the little group that I run. Well, it's not so little anymore, but for the group I run of like 6,000 people, that's the number one thing I do. If their Facebook page was just created a couple months ago, they're probably a scammer. And then the Forewarn that Brittany mentioned, I haven't used it in over a year because I moved into full-time principal broker role. But I always suggest my buyer agent use it because it tells you if that person has a criminal history.
Yeah. And it goes deeper than that. It gives you more information than just criminal history. I'm just not positive on everything. So, but that's a very good tool to utilize for your safety and your peace of mind as well.
Who should I call? Who should I contact?
It's called Forewarn.
Could you send us through the chat?
Yeah. Let me see if I can actually. They have a website. Here we go. Okay, we're going to put this in the chat for you guys. And if you're uncomfortable or you have a weird, funny feeling about something, always take somebody with you or let somebody know where you're going. If you're meeting somebody, you always want to communicate to multiple people what you're doing, just in case. Okay, we were talking about the extra 10%. We kind of got off track. Sorry, guys. Extra 10% going above and beyond. Things that you don't really need to do, but it's really nice to do for people. So, anybody want to share? Let's share times that you've done something like this, where you've shared a community post, or tell me a story about something that you've done with the community and being involved on Facebook or Instagram.
I will.
Tammy Sue?
Well, I just finished my term as a city councilor for Cresswell, and they gave me a little award. It was really cool. And I didn't want to share it. My kids bugged me for a while about it. And finally, I shared just the picture of the mayor giving me the award. And I think I just said, I'm so touched to receive this volunteer award. So that was really cool. And then since COVID, I haven't done a lot of other volunteering other than that, but I'm not sure if other associations across the state do it, but here in Lane County, we have a food drive that all realtors, one day we go out and we man the doors at Bi-Mart and we collect food for Lane County. And so I promoted that quite a bit when that has happened.
Awesome.
And I know we have Keller Williams Red Day coming up in a couple months where we all volunteer.
Yeah. Awesome. Anybody else?
We do we do bell ringing for the Salvation Army every year. And so we posted a bunch of pictures about that. Both my husband and I are really involved in our community. So lots of different volunteer opportunities. I think just sharing, things that are happening in your community is a great way to stretch your
And the first step to that is paying attention too. We have to train ourselves to pay attention to our surroundings, and networking and meeting people. You have to step outside your box and you have to pay attention to those things. Pay attention to what people share on social media. That tells you something about them, and it's a way to connect with them. All right, I have a story, but I don't know how good we're doing on time. We'll share it real quick. Okay, remember the fire that happened here in Southern Oregon in the, I guess that would be Ashland Talent area? Okay, the big
Yeah,
fire.
it was like
So
2020 or 2021, something
we
like
lost
that.
like a whole town basically here.
Yeah, gone.
It was insane. I wasn't living here at the time, but my in-laws have property here in Phoenix. They have 40 acres and cows and all that stuff. So when the fire happened, my husband obviously was very concerned, and I told him, get on the road, get up there, go help your dad. Pack a bag, plan to be gone for a few days, plan to not have electricity, plan to be like get cases of water. Like this is what we're doing. We're kind of going in to help and rescue. So it took him 12 hours to get up here from Sacramento because the roads were closed, obviously. And luckily, I was able to guide him from Google Maps and guide him in the back roads to get into this area and get to his dad's property. So his property, 40 acres, the fire came about 10 to 15 feet away from the house. It's the only area that didn't get taken over there. And it's because of everything that they did. They had a pond. They have a pond on the property. So they had water. They were able to get buckets and by hand literally go and dump them and put out spot fires. And they were able to keep the property safe that way. So, but in the meantime, while he's up here doing that, I'm at home just worried sick. So I'm on Facebook, I'm scrolling, and I see a video of a man who drove through the town, and he's videoing out his window and showing the devastation. But people were on Facebook going, does anybody know if the houses on this street are still there? Is it still standing? And so what I did was I went back to those videos of people driving through town and the devastation. I knew the town. So I was able to say, that corner is still standing. That mobile home park is still standing. And I was actually communicating with people in the community groups from California, but doing the work and looking at the videos to see if their houses were still standing. And it was really cool. I was able to tell people that their houses were still there and they have something to go back to.
Sorry, this is a side note, but I was living in that town during that time and the fire went 1 block past our house.
Yeah, the scariest thing that most people will ever go through in their lives.
I thought you were going to say you watched a man standing on top of a house videoing. That was my husband. He was standing on, we were on like get out. We were supposed to leave. I had everything packed in the car, and my husband is on the roof, hosing down the house, videoing the fire. And I'm like, get off the roof.
That would be my husband too.
That's so scary.
Yeah, so just put yourself in other people's shoes. What would they need in that time? They need comfort, obviously, but they also need resources and information. And if you have that, share it, give it to them. All right. Anybody else have other ideas what they could share on social media? Other examples? Community-wise.
So I'm in a super little town of like 1,200 people. So we actually have like a very popular wedding shop. This just happened today. A very like wedding dress shop. And when I was getting married, I went there looking for a dress. Basically, all my girlfriends did. I know people that come from Portland to do it.
Oh, wow.
They just posted, if you screenshot this post for this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, you'll receive 5% off your total purchase. And so I like to share those because one, I believe in that shop. It really is an amazing shop. But two, I feel like it shows that I'm involved in our community and that I want our community to thrive.
Bingo. I love that. Shop local, support your community. And when something big happens in your community, share it. Talk about it. Be proud of your community. Be proud of where you live. Okay. Let's see, some other examples. Animal shelters. When they're in need, that's a big one. People jump in to help with that stuff. Okay. Let's hear from some of you guys. Any ahas that you have so far? Anything that helps capture leads? We could actually change that to capturing attention almost. It's almost like you're capturing the attention of people.
So for what I do is, like I said, my daughter plays sports. And she's in 5th grade, but I also share a lot of the middle school and high school stuff.
Yeah.
And our high school is kind of coming back in a lot of our sports.
Mhm.
We kind of had some dips where we had some low years, but I like to share and be like, look at this amazing team. And they couldn't have done it without our coaches, because in Drain, where I'm at, our coaches are usually like big pillars of the community. So we're supporting the community, but more than that, because kids are important, we're supporting them and high-fiving them virtually.
Yep. Awesome. I love that. School stuff is a great thing to share for informational purposes. Pretty much everybody has kids in school. Okay. Any other ahas?
So I belong to a networking group here in Medford, and it's my role this year to line up speakers for our luncheons. And so that's one of the things I've been reaching out into, and then finding out about different nonprofits. Like there's one here in Medford called CATS, which is they take care of strays. And just finding out, what are they doing? How do they need help?
Yep. My dad used to tell me, what is that quote by Mr. Rogers? Look for the helpers. Yeah.
That's a great quote.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that always stuck with me. My dad always said, look for those people. And those are the ones that, like when I was young and I was a kid, he said, if you ever need help, look for those people. Those are the safe people. So be that person. Okay. We are social media strategies. All right.
Hey, Britt.
Yes.
Forewarn is what's showing on your screen.
Oh my goodness.
No worries.
Thank you for telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you. That's been up there for a while. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It was good to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to make sure you guys remember that. Plant it firmly in your head. All right, so social media strategies. Connect with people you know or have met in one way, shape, or form. Post about your neighborhood. We talked about that. Use images. Use your face. People look at you all day, every day. They like you. They love you for who you are. Use your face. People, what did I hear? What was that quote? Using images. Seeing a face or an image builds trust 7 times faster. If they can connect your face to what you're saying, it builds trust 7 times faster.
That's pretty impactful.
Mm-hmm.
I had a vice president of First American Title tell me 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when I moved down from Portland, he said, don't change your headshot for a while. Have your headshot on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your business cards, all match. You don't want to have, you don't want to go changing abruptly, especially when you move or you come into a new market. You want people to identify you with real estate. So that has always stayed with me. I just had a new headshot taken and I'm like, should I change it or not? Mine is only 1.5 years old right now. So anyway.
Well, we can make sure that we change everything all at once for you.
Everything at once was his point. Yeah. I worked in Portland in the 90s, and Mary worked in the 90s when we had fear of stalkers. And some of us, some ladies, we took our pictures off. I know this is a safe place to tell y'all, my photo was a glamour shot.
Gotcha.
Okay. And so it was meant to be really pretty and glamorous. And we had a stalker. So we all took our photos off of our business cards, and now it's come back, and we need to recognize that having your photo on your card is really impactful for people. So that's my 2 cents on that.
But to be safe, don't put your home address.
Right.
Yep. Put the business
I had
address.
my home address and I had people show up at my house. So I learned that one the hard way.
Yeah. Live and learn.
Yeah, I want to ask about that because that's not something I share. But like when I first started, actually this year, and with the new job, and it just kind of pops in. I tried Googling my name just to see what, kind of things comes up. And it just shows that my name, I'm just going to share this to you because I don't know actually how to deal with it, but like that my name, and then, like information that I didn't want there. So how I don't even know how to like erase that completely.
That's on Google?
Yeah. Well, I've recently just talked to some people, so hopefully they'll remedy. But like with what Mary was talking about, so how were you able to deal with that? I mean, I just wanted to see.
That's a good question.
I moved.
Okay, so
I would need to look into that, how to get information removed from Google. I've never had to approach that, but I'm sure that there is things you can do. I'm sure it's not going to be easy, but I'm sure there's a path for you to take.
I would try reaching out to them and tell them that you feel that it's unsafe to have that information out there, and that you're afraid of someone who's been following you or something along those lines, that you're afraid of a stalker. Even if you don't have one, you're afraid of being stalked. So that's not really an untrue, right? And
I'm just curious. Oh, go ahead, Mary.
And see if they will expedite it, because I know that anytime that I have problems with Google, it takes forever to get it fixed.
I would start the conversation now with them for sure, and just see what they recommend for you to do.
Yeah, I'm just curious, how does it even become a public information in the first place? I mean, not everybody's, Anyway, go ahead, moving forward.
That's a tough one. I wish I had a solution for you, but I would just start the conversation with them now and see what they can do, but it could take a little bit. So I could do it now for sure.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna give you an update. But yeah, somebody has helped me in the KW. So that was hopefully it will stay, okay. Now from this point on, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad that you have a contact and you have somebody helping you. Awesome. Okay. So we now know the numbers of how often we should be posting, and the 80-20 practice that should help guide you when you make those posts. Let's look at some more strategies to employ when increasing engagement on social media. If you're like most people and use social media every day, you can think of it as like a 365 touch system. So you're just touching people every day. So we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, the list is endless. What's your favorite social media platform to find content? Anybody?
Well, I like to look at NAR's site. In fact, today on my lunch break, from my full-time job as your PP, I went onto their Instagram and I got their latest notice about the Federal Reserve and interest rates.
Nice.
And then I posted that. I stole that. So that's kind of my favorite. Also, I have a couple of loan officers that I just really love and respect, and I share their info quite a bit. Yeah.
Awesome.
And of course, Kay our Southern Oregon team leader, she is very active on Facebook. She has a lot of good info that we
That
can
girl gives me a run for my money on Facebook.
Yeah.
She's so active.
She's very active. And if you're an agent and you have an association, like I know Portland Association and Rogue Valley, they do a pretty good job too.
Awesome. Some other suggestions I have. You guys receive the TMO reports every Monday? That's another good place to get information from. The local MLS, those reports that they send out as well, infographics that they post on social media. Our slides, our team meeting slides, a lot of times there's some good information in there. And I just realized I haven't sent out the team meeting recap for this month. I apologize. Sorry, guys. But normally we have the slides in there for you. So you can go in and see what we were talking about. We have a lot of graphs in there with numbers. Utilize that stuff. You can download those slides. You can crop them if you don't want to use the whole thing. You can make it smaller. So utilize those. State of the industry. We talk a lot about numbers. Every month we have that. Our masterminds that we do, there's a ton of information shared there as well. You'll get weekly emails that will have information in there too from Keller Williams as well. Yeah, I think that for real estate stats, those are the most common. But what about in general, social media? Like if you're looking for something, where do you go to find it? If you're looking for a specific image or something, how do you guys find it?
Are you talking about an image for to use on Facebook, or are you thinking of like an image that was on Facebook?
Not necessarily on Facebook. So if you're looking for like, oh my gosh, I want to make a post about sourdough. So we need to go find a picture of sourdough because I don't have one made that I can take a picture of yet, but I want to talk about it in my post. So let's go find a picture of sourdough. Where would you go to do that?
Canva has them.
Social media, guys. Social media specifically. Where would you go to find that?
Oh, Pinterest has tons of stuff like that. Let's see. You can do the search bar on Facebook and it will come up with all kinds of things. You can use hashtag sourdough and it'll probably pop up a bunch of stuff.
Don't do that. It's going to come up with a lot.
I don't know if this is pertinent, but I know that there's also a site called Unsplash where you can get a lot of royalty-free images. That can be a little tricky because some of them, you know, not all of them are royalty-free, but there are quite a few free images that you can go to take just for like a personal or maybe even a business social media post. I use that sometimes.
I use that too. I love that. You mentioned it.
What's it called?
Unsplash. Let me put it in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
So I guess my point is that each platform can be used for different things. So Instagram is really cool because I feel like it simplifies things. There's not as much verbiage in people's posts. It's just images. So when I don't feel like reading and I just want to see pictures, I go to Instagram to scroll. But if I want to be nosy and find out like what people are doing, I'll go to Facebook. If I just want to watch videos, I'm just going to go to TikTok. So different platforms have different purposes, really. So think about that when you are utilizing it for your business. If you are, like I said, using LinkedIn to connect with other real estate agents, so you can use that platform for that specific version, a way to use it. And then Facebook is to connect with the public. So different platforms have different purposes, really. Let's see. Have you guys seen a post recently that you've seen some really good engagement on by a business?
So one of our local businesses here offers free windshield wipers for the month of February if you bring in peanut butter and jelly for our food bank. And there's a contest between the Medford shop and the Grants Pass shop, but it's Kelly's Automotive, and they are amazing. They do lots of community service stuff, but having that kind of thing, and they're constantly posting the contest between the different stores, and
I love that.
And we just did a little video for them when we brought in, peanut butter and jelly.
So smart marketing, because it gets them there, gets them the free windshields, and they're just donating. That's amazing. I bet that did get a lot of engagement. I would have gone for sure. You're muted, sorry.
You still have time. 40-ounce peanut butter, 15-ounce jelly, sometime before February 1st.
All right. I got one day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to have to create posts that highlight your business. Start thinking about hyper-local information. Let's see here. We want to utilize tech development. So actually, this is more what I was talking about with stats and information. So let's see here. Okay, so this is going to be, we are going to talk about different ways to highlight your business here. So, sorry guys, give me just 1 second. Okay, so testimonials. Let's see, that's one way to get your name and your business out there, posting that. Who here uses the KW mobile app? Good.
I would love to learn more about that.
Okay. So when you're working with clients, did you know that you can send them the KW app and it's going to be branded for you as an agent? It's going to have your name all over it and nobody else's. So when they're looking for properties on this app, it's going to be all branded for you. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I just send it to somebody so they can just play around with it.
Yep, the link, and then they, sorry, there's somebody at my front door. So sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. Okay. All right, so we have the KW app. We have, let's see, we have the MLS reports. We have TMOs to use. We have graphics you can find on Instagram. mastermind, state of the industry, market center team meetings. What about word of mouth?
Britt, we can't see your slide anymore. There we go. Okay, we're still there. Thank you. Thank you. I can see it now.
Thank you for saying that. Word of mouth. How do you guys feel about that?
That's the best.
Do you think it carries the same weight or more?
More.
A lot more. People have a fear of missing out. So if a client gives you a testimony that they had a great real estate agent, other people just have this natural built-in fear of missing out that, oh, hey, I need that agent as well. So yeah, I think I've shared my Zillow testimonials. I think they've been very impactful. I no longer pay for Zillow leads. Well, I never did. My past I worked for a rainmaker who did, but I don't get a lot of testimonies on there. I'm happy we've added that to our websites.
Yep, we can now incorporate that into your agent sites. Did you guys know that?
That's really cool.
You're muted, Mary.
You can do what? Say that one more time. I was answering a text message.
We talked about this the other day, but you can put your testimonials on your agent site. There's that.
Oh, yeah. You showed me how.
Yeah, the custom builder. We have that capability now of adding that into your agent site.
Awesome. Thank you.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, and Cassie, we found out how to put houses in there.
Yes.
So you and I'll talk.
Yes.
I encourage you guys to, everybody on this call, we should all be connecting on social media. We should be writing these names down. We should be friending each other, connecting, supporting each other. That's what we do. We're Keller Williams. Come on, guys. We got to connect. So if you want to put your Instagram name in the chat, you can do that too. I think I'm friends with pretty much everybody on here except for a couple. So we'll get some friend requests out. Some people are afraid to post testimonials because they think it's bragging, it's uncomfortable a little bit. The trick to that is to always tie it back to the client. So, oh my gosh, thank you for this. Thank you for this amazing review. I just really want to thank my clients for everything that my business is what it is because of my clients. So it's a little brag, but you're actually giving thanks to the clients and the people in your affiliates. So that's a little bit a way around it, make it not so uncomfortable. But word of mouth recommendations, those are major. If you get a bad, what's that saying? It takes 10 positive reviews to eliminate a negative review. Is that how it goes? Something like that. So word of mouth is huge. I would take word of mouth over pretty much anything, honestly, pretty much anything. Okay. Don't post and ghost. Do you guys know what that means? Post and ghost. It means I'm a little bit guilty of this. So I post a lot and then I go to work and then I ignore my Facebook all day. People are commenting, people are interacting. I'm busy. I can't interact, which is fine, but you always want to set time, like remind yourself, set it in your schedule in the evenings or at lunchtime. Go through and engage with your people. If a comment is there, you need to directly comment back. If somebody shared your post or said, did something along those lines, send them a direct message, thank them. But you got to remind yourself and set it in your schedule to make this a part of your day. Okay. Kind of a silly question, but why do you think it's important to acknowledge when others comment or like your posts?
So they don't think it's a robot.
Oh, that's a good one. You know what? Yes, because we're scheduling posts. We are utilizing technology to further our business. Yeah, people are going to wonder, is it really somebody behind there or is it a robot? And people don't want to engage with a robot. They want to engage with the real person. So don't post and ghost. Make sure you're engaging with your people. Okay, adding value. This is very important. So participating in online communities where you offer a unique and valuable perspective. We talked a little bit about this. So what are some online communities you are already a part of and adding value to? Anybody want to share like a Facebook group or somewhere that they volunteer? I think you talked a little bit about this.
Where I live in a very small community in La Pine, Oregon.
Okay.
And there's a lot of what's happening in La Pine sites, and I add a lot of, input on things that are happening there. And I always get a lot of likes. I also post a lot of things in there, feedback of things I think they might want to know. And I get a lot of likes and a lot of comments, so I know that it's being read.
Sounds like they know who you are in that group.
They do. It's a small area.
Yeah.
I do a lot of volunteer work in the area too, so.
Yep, so when people in that area are thinking of a real estate agent, the first name that's going to come to their mind is going to be Sharon, who was in the community group and who was engaging and helping people. And yeah.
I hope.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you mentioned the fires. Southern Oregon Strong happened right about that time. And so I'm part of that. I'm part of both the Medford Chamber and the Grants Pass Chamber. I mentioned a networking group, part of the Redmond Chamber of Commerce still, and I belong to, Sharon, there's a great group of women that are called Connect W in Bend that you might want to connect with.
Love that.
It's called Connect W. Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am. And they are very active. I miss that group.
Thank you.
I love that. Mary, you just added value. Thank you. And if this happened on social media, this would be the direct example of what we're talking about. So I love this. Cool. All right. You can also leverage those types of things to add hype about your business. We talked about that just a few minutes ago about the peanut butter and jelly and the windshield wipers. So you can leverage things to get people either in the door or just to engage with you to exchange information. So leveraging things like open houses. You're going to advertise that you have sandwiches, or you're leveraging things to get people to you. So not only think about advertising and how you want to present yourself, but you want to think outside the box and one step further always. What can you leverage? How can you turn this post into, I'm grabbing everybody's attention. They want to come see me. They want to talk to me. How do I do that? So leverage.
So I have a friend of mine that has a bakery, and I'm going to, even though I bake, I'm going to use her stuff at my open houses and have a sign and cards for her and discount, I'll pay for some of it, but I mean, she'll cross-marketing.
Cross-marketing. And then you guys can help each other out. That's phenomenal. That's amazing. Everybody should be doing that. That's awesome. Connect with your peers, connect with your people, find your tribe. Those are the people that are going to help. Yeah. Those are the people.
Wine next.
Those are the people that are going to help grow your business because they know you and they love you and they like you. All right. Okay, so we're going to refer to your guide. And all right, we're going to do a little activity. We're going to post. Okay, so you don't have to post. I'm not going to make you post, but let's start coming up with ideas. That's kind of the point of this. So if you guys need an idea for a post, let's just talk about some examples. Mary, did you post anything today?
I have overposted, but I'm just getting ready to post this picture that I just took of post on social media to social media.
Perfect. What's going to be your caption? What's the picture?
It's going to be, it's going to be assignment done. Thanks for your help.
Perfect. Okay. Anybody else
Sorry.
have a plan for a post today?
I cracked myself up.
You cracked me up.
I'll be doing kind of a rough countdown to the family reunion.
Awesome.
Ooh,
thank you.
great.
Are you going?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so jealous. I want to go so bad.
Well,
Next
considering it's a write-off, absolutely.
Yeah, girl. Go for it. That's awesome. You're going to have an amazing time. Mel Robbins. I would die to see her. That's amazing.
I've listened to Tony quite a bit, so I'm definitely excited.
I know he's huge. I know. I've never seen him or really listened to him, but I'm sure if I started, I would love him too. But that's awesome. So what's going to be your caption on that post?
Well, a month before, I just posted a picture of the famous Las Vegas sign and basically said Vegas bound, countdown, 1 month, some, kind of hammy line along those lines. And then when I get to about 2 weeks till, or, maybe do a week till, and then basically the last week, it'll be a more enthusiastic countdown. My kids, and I'm bringing the whole family, and I'm just going to tuck them away in Vegas while mom's having a conference.
I love that you're putting that out there on social media, that you are going to family reunion, that you're furthering your education and your development. That's a really good aspect to put on social media.
And I'm making a family vacation out of it. Look at all the silly pictures of my kids doing ridiculous stuff. And
Yep. That's another way to advertise your business too. You can be posting about your kids and your family, and then you can kind of sprinkle little things in there, drop it in. Oh, I'm here for Keller Williams family reunion. I'm actually doing that. I'm with my family, but my real purpose is this. So you can always kind of tie business into a personal post, and then it makes it not as heavy and direct. That's a great idea. I love it.
Thank you.
Anybody else have plans for a post today? I can help you figure out your caption. Okay, we are going to keep going. Okay, being authentic. That's major. That's the whole point. People want to trust you. They want to know who they're doing business with. They want to know about you, your journey. So it's really important to be authentic with people. They're going to be drawn to you and things that you're interested in, things that you're posting about. That's why we say post about your passions, because like-minded people will follow you. Like-minded people will come to you. You don't need to be a jack of all trades with social media. You don't need to be a professional on Facebook and a professional on Instagram and a professional on TikTok. You can just pick one and start there. And the nice thing is most of them will cross post to each other. So you're actually feeding more than just one. I like to sometimes create a reel on Instagram, but then post it on Facebook because I like the builder on Instagram better than Facebook. So yeah, you can multiply, you can use the different platforms in different ways and just focus on one to spend more time on. Let's see. Don't be afraid to post videos. it's going to be hard at first. You got to push past that awkward feeling, stage fright, afraid of the comments, afraid of what people are going to say. Just push past it. Push past it. It gets easier. And don't read the comments until you're like, I don't know, 10 videos in. Then start reading the comments because you're going to get better each time. We all start way down here, and as we practice, we get better and better and better. And you have the support around you to help you, but you have to just jump in, take that dive, start going for it. Videos are huge on social media. Your face, your voice is major. So if you can do a video with that, I would say do it. In addition to that, when you're posting reels and videos, utilize those diagnostics and analytics that they give you. It gives you a lot of information about when they stopped watching the video, at what point did they lose interest, and percentage of people that finishes the video. It gives you so much information, and you can now fine tune how you're speaking to your audience because you can see where you lose them. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Always, always ask for help. You have a ton of help around you. Your leadership team, Market Center Tech trainers. Reach out for help. Okay. Am I the next Mel Robbins? No way. Okay, so guys, look at what we just covered. That's a lot. 10 comments, or excuse me, 10 likes, 5 comments, 1 direct message. We talked about personal posts. We talked about what to fill your personal posts with, your passions. We talked about business posts. We talked about ways to highlight your business. We talked about community service. We talked about going above and beyond. Some strategies. We talked about being authentic, adding value to your network. Do we have any questions? Any ahas right now?
You've been such an amazing help. I'm serious.
Really?
You are very, very helpful with this kind of stuff. I really love you helping me with all this tech stuff because I'm still old school, want to go knock on doors.
Yeah, we'll still do that. It works, clearly. Yeah.
Yes.
But do both. Yeah. Okay, any big ahas, any big overall things? Like I came into this class thinking one thing and now I think something completely different. Anybody have any of those?
I would say my biggest takeaway from this is that I am over real estating it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. They want to know more about you. They know what you do. They know how you do it, but they want to know about you also. Why would I choose you? What does my income benefit? Are you remodeling your house? Is your goal to take your kids on a vacation? You know, talk about your journey.
Brittany?
Yeah.
So everybody knows, I'm Brittany's counterpart in Salem. You guys are so blessed to have Brittany today. You did an outstanding job.
Oh, thank you. I did?
Yeah,
you guys,
you did.
I didn't even use my notes.
No, you are amazing.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay.
You know, I just want to say that I'm not with Keller Williams, but I got this email that these passes were available. And I really appreciate it because I'm not a social media person, but I know I need to get into it. So I greatly appreciate the class. I learned a lot from it. So thank you very much.
Of course. My pleasure. I'm glad that you were here.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, that is the end of my class. So, any further questions? Any things you guys want to talk about? Conversations?
I think just sharing each other's listings and posts and commenting on them, because the more comments you get, the higher up your algorithms go. And so if we can just share and post and like each other's stuff, I think it'll benefit everyone. And maybe use the hashtag Keller Williams Southern Oregon.
Good. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we're a family. We help each other out. That's normal for us. If you see agents listings on there, yeah, share them. Any engagement helps boost their post, and then they're going to do the same for you. All right, so was this valuable to you guys? Do you guys feel like you got something out of this?
Yes. Yes, it was. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys. Well, it is 2:53. We are 7 minutes short, but I will give you back that time. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Bye.
Thank you.